Yes, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Warzone Jones doing a UFC on Fox Sports 1 review. And I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, the main event, it delivered. Oh yeah, it delivered. If you missed out on this fight, then you missed out on a good one. You missed out on a war. 3 rounds of pure war. These guys were trying to finish each other. I'm talking about Shogun Vs versus Dan Henderson. These guys showed why they are known to be some of the tough fighters in the world, why they are, just some of the elite. These guys were, literally trying to finish each other. Like, this was a really, really good fight. Now, the last fight lasted 5 rounds. This fight lasted 3 rounds. Although it lasted 3 rounds less, it was still a pretty good damn fight. Really good. Amazing. Really, really amazing. Now, it started off in the first round, of course. Shogun almost finishes Dan Henderson. Dan Henderson almost got finished, and when I saw that, I'm thinking Dan Henderson career is over. Like, I'm thinking, like, it's over, because Dan Henderson really, really, really needed this at this point in his career, at his age. He really, really needed this fight, and I'm thinking that Dan Henderson is about to get finished, because Dan Henderson got hit really, really hard, and it looked like it was almost over. It looked like Herb Dean was getting ready to stop the fight, but Dan Henderson was saved by the bell. Like, he was saved by the bell, literally. I'm not talking about the TV show. No, he was literally saved by the bell because Shogun Vs was on top of him, giving him punches. It sort of looked like he was unconscious anyway. You could tell he was, he wasn't really all there, but he was still there. He was still there fighting. But Dan Henderson was able to literally get out of that round. So he got lucky, if you ask me. He really got lucky. Second round comes, Dan Henderson almost get finished again. And, Shogun was basically winning the fight the whole time. I would say, off points, he was landing the most power shots. Dan was trying to hit him with his known overhand right. It really wasn't there there for him until the third round. And, he almost got finished in the second round. Shogun hit him with an uppercut to the chin and almost finished him again, but he couldn't. He just couldn't finish him. That's what happened. Shogun just couldn't finish Dan Henderson in the first round and the second round. The third round comes and Dan Henderson. He was able to land one of his power shots. He was able to land it. He uppercut him as as Shogun was falling down. Dan Henderson was able to uppercut Shogun. It was like he threw him, and as he threw him, he was like a clinch. He uppercut him right in the chin, and Shogun goes down. Dan Henderson gets on top of him, started punching. He started wailing on him. I sort of feel like, Herb Dean could have probably let it go on just a little bit while longer. But when, once he stopped the fight, he was out. He was out. He was out. He was sort of out, and he was bleeding too, because all of a sudden he had blood on his face. It was as if he literally took a bottle of ketchup out of nowhere and just put it on his face, because it wasn't on his face before he hit him. So Dan Henderson literally shows that he still has it. Dan Henderson, he still has it. He really does. At the age of 42 years old, that man is probably the toughest, old guy in the world right now. Dan Henderson still has it. He still has the chin. He still has the heart. I would say he still has determination. He still wants to be a champ, even at his age. Because if he would have lost tonight, he probably should have, quit, retired. So I would say his legacy, his career, rather, I would say, in the UFC depended on this win, because he really, really needed it. So this was a great fight between Dan Henderson and Shogun. Shogun unfortunately loses. I think he was the number 7 light heavyweight. I'm not sure what Dan Henderson is. I don't know if he's number 5, number 6, or something like that. As far as him getting a title shot, he probably will actually have to win 1 or 2 more fights to get a title shot. Maybe he should fight someone like Phil Davis next, to be honest with you, because I don't think they'll give him a title shot right after John Jones versus Glover Teixeira. So Dan Henderson and Shogun, that fight delivered. It was a really, really good fight. If you missed that fight, man, you missed out on a good one. That was a really, really good fight. Went 3 rounds, not as long, but still was pretty damn good. So, this is Warzone Jones. If you haven't done so, ladies and gentlemen, please click that subscribe button for my MMA videos and my other topic videos in general. I'm out. Deuces.